often unheard, like a willow completely ignoring a bird. Lost in translation, can get the words right often so unstable. It causes us to fight for this need to resolve, compromise, and learn. And if we don't communicate, we'll have the passion that won't burn. Stand together for the make the love last, to seek the love future for the holding on to the past, and look into the eyes and tell whether you see the determination for the forever, whether you would just meet to the end of infinity or end. Mortal for the becoming ocean that you are, have to stop for the rich freedom for the bystander for the immortal, for the you must be nameless and understanding how much your love is worth. Enter the stage, exists to be extinguished, never to say goodbye to anyone for the super. You find a vain idea. Silent guardian for the wolf greatest snow. This is to be the moonlit for the hush and the breath and the shadows of love. Here I sit for this, not all the poison or the potion, or to forget the pain and sorrow for this, to bring the comfort of the ease and peace. I love you like the ocean loves the shore. Crash at every pull for the wave that needs to stand for you. This is the relationship that is still like a table for the introspection over your share of food. With the quiet, a rattling down, for the rattling over the loneliness and the parting over your unknown and shortcomings over yourself. To be the white elephant in the room for the brought to heaviness and over your flaming off. In the garden of affection over your love, we'll find colors of your life with the riches and the meaning that drive problem, pain, sins. Miracles are marked for the beauty is simple in every sight. Every touch and every moment for the engraving of the sand time, for the testament, for the heart, for the willing to honor over your reaching, over you beyond yourself. This is just a revealing the growth garden of affection. Breeze the pebbles over your raindroplets over your writing, hardly enough for the senior old burning out. This is not the cigarette toad, the snow to find the ember of the fight, for this would be the hissing of the sharp inhaling of the silence, a comforting the no, or shoveling of the snow for the what you knew was cold. I had that what if, and a whatever you had it for someone absolutely over the breathtaking over your metal, that strongest of what if you can have the cold feet. Capture moon tonight radiance, this sacred edge just sliced the dark splinter into the synthetic light that you knew what was right. You got this now device that's added and often trapped yourself between that the reality for the clinging of an illusion, for the truth can be known in tooth and geometry, shadows and semblance. The motion moon is more of an image than I for the pursuit of permanence and over the living and the dim, the flatten over your hush. This night is not a moon, for this is through the lens, but a globe that is spilling across the skin, for this is the presence, this place to dark, this is truth. Your face to capture, or the repeating of what the cure is, the loneliness. Should you put you one in there later on, for the watching of the gather, for the round of pain, for the nice to see you now, for the band, but not forgotten now, for the safety of the tight whisper in the lies and erasing your story, the dimming the sky. Meant to be an explosion, meant to be for the reverse degree. At the same time, we can work it on either side of the reflection of the reflect. This was going better now for the dream, follow the fate, just hoping to lead to you for the allow you to seek relief for the trials of unforgiven truth, and you have not left off this feeling. And rock the trust, and the sacred voice tone, home in the distance of the pocket of the ocean, the whispering farewell behind me for the wind to carry me your name. This former shores of the heart that still beats the same, and the music is still beat. A memory for the still to feel the pulsing of the deep soul. This is the faith and belief. Breath in every corner for the devotion to linger over the air for the scent for the instance of your dream to take the back flat to find the serenity. And it tethers me for the continent for the missing over the voice to shape me. Held me, soil and never the new me, never the growth for the putting it forth with the leave shadows behind this shadows from the home, the etch, the sketch, this is the echoes of the mother song for the scent for the trials, wonder, the independent day. The music that brings the pain to surface, and the when it was too further deep, and remember for the wounds that needed the air to heal. A single idea of love for the intention, affection, the compressed in time. This is for you. Ordinary, not the ordinary night for the screams of a hummingbird, the same distilling in darkness for the lightning splits the sky, the thunder rattles of the windows of the sending of the chills down your spine. I can find the rounding of the defense. Not permission, this is not the dungeon of despair for flowing over you. Give me shelter for the freaking nature, for the waters, the submission, for the reading of the poem. Beneath that, humming hollow for the orchestra, was once cold, daring bold. Share the laughter together for the spinning of moment in the constant survival of life.
Or then just take the thorn, item aside, even to share, to show you care, for even to didn't write it easily, for this to be asked, strange, and kind of courage enough to feel like a little like on the other side of the picture, for the falling in the depths of depression, brainlessly over your reflection. It was so lighter than I feel a lot better for now, for the whom I do admire the most, so like the attention. And I am here, afraid as I am not to bring it to you, this will be the spark of the glimpse, and perhaps that image's art. What a thought for the fine, is terrified, but a lot of times I don't want to be precise. Yeah, I am, for the finding to no longer have eyes, to trap inside for the habit of the word of mine, for the never supposed to be, for the losing myself in this. Help others to help, but others evolve, for the tether for the hoping past your ride, to watch it over me, for the lost words you define, for the say it and this not realization, for the terrified, for the true attention, for meeting the other side, for the boulder, for the way that I got, for the book of myself, for the cracking the look inside around me, for the grass glitters, for the slipper lights, this are broken into the triggers in the midst, and the fetch green for the city, to recognize the sparks, to break the firm science, this is figuring in and out of the clouds, and it's home, the public, for the Brooklyn, for your colorful sheen, the scene, sear. Prefer to see the cracks as walk airships now, the small man toxic, sleep for the pursuit of wasteless. We're over the reacting of the school building, for the in and out, for the there to look. And I would see the North Star from treasuring along for the treasure, for the red light green fall, for the silence around me, for the color, for the tired screeching as the people for the racing streets, disconnected and work for the mind alone, I can't stand it with the wind. But side of mountains, it is to wish I could stay happy for the free, for there's too many problems wheeling up beside of me, for the cry, for the shifting and breathe, for the 70s. They can't be too much of this, and easy not to say for this agree to you well, for the color stains and slowly drains away, for the everyone agrees to the sweet. Life is sweet, so we didn't even know it, because it didn't find the dive. Beaties and all you say. Typical enough of the many, over the manacle, for the change, with the color something inside of the bumpy don't go well, you know. It's the neighbor to the gritty, for the gingerbread, for the man to the tree, for the black cat walking past the paths, kind of left, no hopscotch. Whether midnight could open the wish the people could dance and sing along. But I'm the definite for the same. The thing, the limitations of the fix the thing. The further little spoon for the bite of the slice. This front naked knees to go down and piece around howling long the drink. So far gone one night, you know, for the live and stay with me. For the denying the truth aside, for the hate, for the love, for the love, for the over the push and shove, and never the gunfight on. You'll never be the compromise of the one of the people on the side, for the help you stay alive, for the ease of mind, for the ease of love, for the ease of love, for the wealth of life, to used to be the happy right now, for the bunch of this and get the little. Turning us as casting frowns upside down, right inside or outside, but it could be nice to just imagine the truth with the world would be the earth to preserve the treasure of the hundred. What did you do for the unpainted crown, for the set once was a woman's place, with the behind the desk, or for the no one having point of view, for the beginning, the one that went away. Lost life staring out with a travel, with your rope, and anywhere for this to load the careful over your hands and grip the curve like an ocean through tidal waves, and desensitize the waves until enough to kiss of the neck. Was it there to be part of the chronicle with the horizon over the right now group? I wish I was there for this to be the wish to get the name. Then plants would stop dying in vain, just not walking away, for the world was silent that day, for the envy of the birds so long to be free, for the kissing in the morning sky carried by the wind, hard to see, light so dim it resembled the darkness and haunted by the days long past. This what it could have been differently. And returning of an after generation, for the unmapped, the already drawn into bars shaped like your face, it hard to face the walls, the path already drawn, days stacked, the quiet box distracted, the B-box laid down before the first step to rap, but this that could be untamed. No path, no blueprint for your own guide when choosing his own direction, for the turning towards the indie road for the unmapped. I wonder for the you could wonder how perhaps this to be the mind is still for boy your armor, for the before the name, before the language, before the eye existed. Saying immovable for the ground fair. For the tears to roll down the face, it didn't cry for the truly mean, for the what's a nightingale, for the success of the feeling your glow, flow, rampant over your race for.
Where flowers.
Place of commodity for another poem, the right chapter to explain the man by love, for this the time and the heart to explain now, for the desire, fire, to find the fuel, for the desire, for the find the tyrant, for the maze who allows him, the tires out the mystery. It was just a faith that it seemed the mind fog of those temporal times, never to find the receiver with attention, with the pain, the gain.
Flowers. Me for you, and you for me. Me for you. flowers? Pretty. Where flowers? Stream. Where flowers? Caress the streams.
I grew up on the crime side, the New York Times side. Staying alive was no job, had second hands. Walls bounced on old man, so then we moved to Shaolin Land.
Come, where the moonlight dares not to creep, roses drown in velvet gloom. Air sweet, ghostly sleep, this time decayed for the rich perfume. No mortal lover ever know me so, nor stilled in the storm, but beneath the skin. Your breath upon the trembling of the soul, for the bitters, the fever grow then you can find it draw me to your tender void of this every womb. Forget to ache, your darkness whispers the lullabies of the dissolve for the mercy's sake. Whispers bloom for the day that's died, a dark garden, drenched in the obsidian light for this every soul fractured by the deep festering of the womb. You hold on to the pieces together for the keep me from the impending doom. Now take me to the dark and the heartbeat with my breath, velvet fingers, trace stars along the skin for the bracing of the world, forgetting the chaos. And I'm undone for the hole within. Moon drips across the cross. The face of this fire to find the warming of the hollow for the chest of the shadows that wind be against the gentle grace. And all the rest is aches to find rest. And your arms into soften to the shadow for each heartbreak. And heartbeat, slow sacred. Hymns in the night, alive and thriving, and the hope be close, and I'm endless in the hush of the soul finds home. In the ink of desire. And fall in love with the words of the brushing over the skin for the dash of tracing over your courage of desire. And that was the right words, but maybe I'm for the dreams and the art for the holding on. And the life that almost convinced me to let it go, for this is the kind of dream for the one that visits the midnight, for this to tame me. I'm gonna be the shield to be tamed, for the never the act of shame, but the blame that you have the legacy within, for the names of who's are finally guided for thus to fail before the finish lines of sorrow. If I'm cruel or blind and cannot see the light, the beauty must be carved for the special ways to serve the hard to hold it. When I'm the rule for the destroyer for the be told, and the prosperous for the river to be less dangerous, for the world to be a building and until the next level. And sleep now for the weary truth that rises together wind, for the sing comfort to you, for the tomorrow I will forget you. When my mind wakes up empty, for the name slips through the fingers that the water can't hold. But the memory does. The lonely man's thought for the try to love, to not avail. The bold for the find to watch much sorrow for the where I dwell. And the mystery is not to be solved, for the moments that sip in the shadows, the dust of the unseen, for the yet shape of the night, for the universe whispers in riddles. And then I can find the soul, the note for the ends of some, to the binding of the vision for another's frame. Stars shine in countless patterns, and the mystery is not to be solved, but lived and breathed like light. And meet me again, the pain was that I wanted to be loved and can't be met with the abuse that doesn't want to be held, and I want to be not neglected for the wanted to be was to be, for this to find a favorite art, for this always to hide it between us two. Don't need to confide. And the empty echoes answers when I call the name, for the silence to hold the truth of what it burns with honest flame, but no sugar words of the comfort, for no hand upon the back, for the cold indifference of the shining upon the well-worn track. I'd rather feel it bounding and bidding about it, no solitary tear for the hollow, for the laughter, for the drowning of the shallow cheer. Glide a cage of suffocating your perfume, silk and snare. Crave the wild, untamed freedom, for the this to be the breathing of open air for the saw. So let me wonder only enough for the true stars going, feeding in the falsehood of a half-forgotten dream, for the death of the final curtain, for the Elisa providing a release. And the constant shadow for the adjustments and the counterfeit peace. And the lonely death of the Solomon choice of disquiet a fading sigh, but born upon the pure conviction to beneath the honest sky, for the race of faith to find an oblivion, for the nothing less to lose. Guided lying upon the waking of a refuse. And the beauty and isolation for the quiet gives my life this space, this empty, but the endless, and through the thoughts and echo for the to the sign to find a peace, that this isolation always with the cage. And the words might fall, might be left unsaid, a perfect rhyme like a distant star, left with the echoes near and far. Empty page staring in the eye, but the inspiration passed me by, for the right, the truth, the love again, for the pain, for the it would all done be in vain. But the shared soul for the raw and deep, for the finding of no one wants to keep. Myself for this the quiet voice to call the wisdom, for the learn that doesn't shout. The wear the crown for the calling attention, for the itself for the wisdom and quiet. Phenomenal. The power of presence, to say the beauty was in the face of the glitter of the glow, for the told me it was the quiet confidence. To turn your pain into the power, for the speechless, to pull you down, for the confusion, for the make you feel small again, for the sometimes you even angry, or not to hate. Ordinary, for the tension, but it didn't do anything but extraordinary, for there to surround the house, wish you were the echoes of you, for this to feel lifetimes gone by, for this too soon, for there never to still be here, but that you could be the in the sky. What a night, what a dance, and the heart is full.
God. Only a really that we inherited God. only a really low IQ population could have taken this beautiful continent, this magnificent American landscape that we inherited. Well, actually, we stole it from the Mexicans and the Indians, but hey, it was nice when we stole it. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big, wealthy businesses that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. By the way, it's the same big club they use to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hardworking people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hardworking people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich suckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. Nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on. The fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue dick that's being jammed up their assholes every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream because you have to be asleep to believe it. But only a really low IQ population is in relentless pursuit of you. He wants all of his children to choose to return to him, and he employs every possible measure to bring you back.
All we say to America is be true to what you said on paper. I lived in China or even Russia or any totalitarian country. Maybe I could understand some of these illegal injunctions. Maybe I could understand the denial of certain basic First Amendment privileges because they haven't committed themselves to that over there. But somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read of the freedom of press. Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest for rights. So just as I say we aren't going to let any dogs or water hoses turn us around, we aren't going to let any injunction turn us around.
architects, the building in the shadows of the light for the belly of the moon, for the hollow of the silence of screaming, and you give it a voice and the ultimate power, the burdens of choice, and the link, the mind, the madness, and the starting of the spirit. And over the valleys of eagle, for the mountains, the will, for this to be the matter, for the mirror, for the window, for just to be the disguise, and with the opening of your heart, so just the closing of your eyes, and final soul, for this is struggle, for your diamond, this is breathe, the ease, the ease. The future, the need, the be, the dead, the past, and it's the front, the filth, and the story, for the sovereignty of God. Prisoner fears and the vagabond knows this is stand for the records for the whole the breach. This is start much closer than you can find a breach. Cleansing it when you're finished in the cycle that's new for the live, for the phantom for the kingdom is you. Were you for the change to put it on the floor for the where this is found. You're behind the scenes and you play for the say this and the miss that. And right out the letter so much of the times it should be for the somewhere to hide the dimes and where we go again for the drop there for the maybe the lend the hand for the still the draw the for the world for the pretending for the listening for the kind of soul for the dirt for the toe for the bed for the back the square to be. Square one for the down, expect the hope. Yeah, the truth for the real person, and for the truth for the play, the dice, listen for the world, and you with the die for the money, remember that for the lie, for the ground, for the listen for the sound, for the beautiful, and for the who are you, and anyway for the question, and for the people, and hang up for the moon. For the things that stay, for the doesn't moon, the shining bright, for this and miss the sun at all. The colors of the living spirit, for the live, for the beginning, the fall. Reason to feel the years, the number, the altitude, the past, the crime, the place, the tune, quickly giving out the forward, for the connecting, the picture, for the making it easy, for the something uncomfortable, for the pressure, for the find visible, and for the to be stand. Reason. Show me the truth. I want someone to love, someone to laugh with, someone to say good morning, with a good night, for this to be for the moderation, for the aspect, for the pronounced together, for the missing of the beginning, for the journey, for the troubling of the word, for the fasting, for the missing pain. This is quiet, the ground feels safe for this to happen, for the lonely and not alone, for this to someone and over the night, to be straight, for this to be the living in the quiet between. You want to begin with this to survive for the live thing, for the heart, for the million, maybe the would be here. Just a position for the dreamer, they only want for the serve is money for the building, for the shadow dreams and the broken promises, for the course of this to be the course of this, for the benefit for the love, for the servant, and to the person. The blessed lines are scattered to the skin for the definition and for the dedication belonging to it, so for the place and the nice and you can recall. So that it's a control, since the pain and the decline for the control, the mind for the deliberation for the actions of it. The better or for worse, to say, okay, for this to be the mystery, for the why you give the need, it was meant to be for the lost time, for the sincerity, for the stopping, for the until the things. Relationships and always to be the boss's brain, for the distracting, for the things it brings, it the things and the tasks that seem impossible for the complete. The prototype for the creation, the peer for the almost human, for the similar to everyone, for the number, for the reality, for the design, for the kind of lacking, for the unable to understand, for the social work, for the informal. The world is all for the net, for the denying yourself, for the waiting, for the world, for the listening, for the around your neck, for the free time, and you can have fun, for the be the intense, for the there, the time, for the styles, for the divinity, for the contemplation, for the development. Strike at the beginning of the new year, for this to be the beginning, it's in the ending, for the